Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be planting some onions that I've grown in the grow room here. I have some onions already planted from seed out here, so let's get to it. So my recommendation for onions is always starting from seed or buying them at your local greenhouse or nursery or whatever in little packs like this. I don't recommend the bulbs. There's a lot of reasons not to go with the bulbs. So like up here, my local nurseries, they'll just have three little bins. It'll say red, yellow, white. Well, you don't know where them onions are and you don't know where they came from. Also, here up in Minnesota, we need to grow a long day onion, which you don't know if those are long day or short day. Typically, most of the bulbs are the short day variety. So anyway, like I was saying, I do not recommend the bulb. They also are going on to their second year of growth. So onions are a biennial, so they want to flower the second year. So being a bulb, they have already think they've grown for a year coming out of dormancy. So they'll want to flower that year, and you might not get, you can get some bigger onions out of them, but it's not likely. So anyway, I always go with planting my own seeds. This year is the first year I've actually came out and put some seeds in the ground, and they're starting to pop up now. We'll see if they catch up to these ones or not. But anyway, this is how I do it. This is how you kind of want to do it. Don't mind the mess over here. Because I just got to get all the soil off of there. Those are some nice roots. And then it's important to set them in water. You don't want the roots drying out at all. Now there's not a lot here. Like I said, I have a bunch planted and these are coming apart. The soil's coming apart off of them good. Get them roots in the water. And then I'll just start pulling them out and dig a little hole. Make sure the root gets in there, and you don't want to plant these too deep. You really don't want to plant them much further than the roots there. So you want to plant them as shallow as possible. I just poke a little hole, push the roots down in there, backfill a little bit. Onions are pretty resilient, so even if you break off a few roots, they're going to be just fine. They're nice and weak and wobbly right now. I didn't get all the roots in. So like I was saying in the last video, I tried to make everything, make the gardening as easy as I can out here. And so I don't come out and fertilize all the time. I do as little as I can to grow a bunch of food. Now, the last video, it might have sounded like I don't ever come out here and do anything. And that's not the case. If I see a problem with something, I'll try to remedy it as best I can and as fast as I can. And I'm putting these probably a little further apart than I need to be. I try to do like 4 inches. 4 inches is good spacing. But anyway, back to what I was trying to talk about here. If I see plants looking a little weak or something, I will give them a fertilizer, you know. But I'll let the plants tell me if something's wrong. I'm just not going to come out and fertilize every 2 weeks just because. Now, if I do give them a fertilizer, it would be a liquid, you know, a water-soluble fertilizer, a liquid type. But gardening is a lot of work as it is. And my main thing is keeping the weeds out of the bed. so they're not robbing the plants from water and nutrients. That's my biggest concern. Onions like a lot of water, and what I also talked about in the last video of we water our garden with a sprinkler. Not what people recommend, but that's what works for us. If you run a sprinkler, I usually have the sprinkler right here, and I found that putting the onions as close to the sprinkler as you can, which usually sprinklers, the most water is right next to the sprinkler. So I had my best onions last year right next to the sprinkler where they were getting more water than anywhere else in the garden. I got to get to the other side now. Some of these onions are a little small here, but they'll bounce back. You don't have to worry about them. Leaning over and stuff. They're still small, but I'll try to get them all to grow here. After I water them, they're all going to lay down anyway. So don't be too concerned about that. Once they establish themselves, they'll bounce back up. So that's how I plant the onions here, and my routine on how I plant them every year. Like I said, I got some onions popping up here finally, and I'll see if they catch up to these ones, and can't wait to get all this mess picked up and start planting all the beds out. It won't be long, another 2 weeks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.